Good afternoon, class. Let us continue with the previous lectures of the chapter Vector Integral Calculus. So, the next point is Gauss divergence theorem. In earlier lectures, we have studied line integral, how to find the line integral. Then, Green's lemma to find the curve integral by using this formula, that is, by using area integral formula. Then next is Gauss divergence theorem. The statement is if f bar equal to f1i plus f2j plus f3k be the vector point function, then this double integration of f bar dot n cap ds is equal to triple integration of del dot f bar dv. In this double integration over this surface means this you can call it as surface integral of f bar dot n cap ds. N cap is the unit normal vector which is perpendicular to that surface. Surface means you can imagine the one plate that is your surface, and the n cap means this is the vector which is perpendicular to that surface, and that will be the unit vector. So this is equal to vector integral volume integral and del dot f bar dv. Del dot f bar, it is the notation we have studied in fifth chapter, that is volume differential calculus. In this you can see this notation. So this is the notation of divergence of f bar, and there is a formula for finding the divergence of given f bar. So Gauss divergence theorem, in this theorem the surface integral of the normal component of vector point function f bar over the closed surface S is equal to, that is this surface integral. If we have to find the surface integral over the surface S, then we can use the Gauss divergence theorem to find the surface integral. To find surface integral, to evaluate or to find this value means to find the volume integral. So is equal to, the surface integral is equal to volume integral of divergence of f bar. Volume integral of del dot f bar means divergence of f bar, which is taken through the volume V. The volume V is enclosed by the surface S, where n cap is the unit normal vector to that surface, and direction is in the right-handed screw law. We can see this law in the examples. So this is your Gauss divergence theorem, in which to find the surface integral means to find this value we can find the volume integral of given function f bar, and where S is the surface and V is the volume which is enclosed by that surfaces which are given in the examples. So here first example is prove that the double integration or surface integral of this term is equal to volume integral of this term. So by using divergence theorem, we have this formula, surface integral equal to volume integral. So to find this surface integral of this function by using this Gauss divergence theorem means find the volume integral. So here first write the statement or formula of Gauss divergence theorem. So this is your theorem formula. Then this is your left side of the prove that statement. Then comparing this LHS with this formula of so compare the both LHS of this equation and this equation. We get this bracketed term is of f bar. So this ds bar means, again there is a notation that the surface integral over S of f bar dot ds bar. So ds bar have the value n cap ds. So here in this example we have given surface integral of this function ds bar. surface integral of this function ds bar. So compare this LHS with this, prove that statement of LHS. We get f bar equal to this bracketed term, ds bar f bar this bracket. So we get by comparison f bar equal to phi del psi plus psi into del phi. So by this theorem, to calculate this surface integral means to find volume integral of divergence of f bar. So by comparison we get f bar equal to this function. So take divergence of this f bar, put that divergence of f bar value in this, we get the volume integral, and this value is of surface integral, which is our prove that statement. So first find del f bar. By comparison of LHS of formula and LHS of example, we get f bar equal to this bracketed term. Then to find this surface integral by this divergence theorem means to find the volume integral of divergence of f bar. So first find divergence of f bar. So by comparison we get f bar equal to phi del psi minus psi del phi. So find divergence of f bar equal to divergence of this f bar. So there is a formula which we have studied in vector differential calculus in 5th chapter, that is how to take the del function or how to apply this del function on this bracketed term. So first it is like a product rule of derivative. So first take del of this phi function. There are two terms, phi into del psi. So take del on this first term minus del on this second term. So for first term, first take del of phi. So del phi as it is, take del of phi. So del phi dot product with del psi as it is. So here we have to take, this is your formula. So del of A dot B is equal to del A. First take del function on, apply del function on A. So del A dot B as it is plus A as it is del B. That is for first take the del function on A, B as it is, and then A as it is, apply del function on B. So here take apply del function on phi. So del phi del psi as it is plus phi as it is del of del psi. Del of del psi. So first function as first function and second. This is first term and second term. So del phi del psi as it is plus del phi second function as it is plus first function as it is del of del psi minus again take del on this second term. So in this first term is psi and second term is del phi. So take del of psi del phi as it is, second function as it is, plus first function psi as it is del of del phi, del of del phi. So simplify or take the multiplication of this minus sign to this bracket, we get this third term and first term get cancelled as these both are same. Del phi del psi minus del phi del psi del phi, A into B minus B into A or A into B. So A into B minus A into B get cancelled. So we get phi into del is del square. So phi into del square psi minus psi into del square phi. So we get the remaining terms. So we get divergence of f bar is del dot, this meaning has this means divergence of f bar, and these concepts are deeply we can study in 5th chapter. So divergence of f bar equal to this. So put this divergence of f bar value in the formula, we get left side is f bar n cap ds equal to volume integral of this del divergence of f bar, that is this value we put here into dv. So f bar value again put here, we get the final answer. So here in this example we have compared the left side of formula with given example with LHS, and we get f bar, and to evaluate this surface integral means by using divergence theorem, to find this value surface integral, we have to find this volume integral because this term and this term are equal. So to find this value means to find this volume integral by using divergence theorem. So to find this surface integral, we have found this volume integral. So in this volume integral, we want divergence of f bar. So by comparison of LHS of formula and LHS of given example, we get f bar value, that is this bracket, and by taking divergence of this f bar, we get the divergence of f bar, and put this value divergence of f bar in this and f bar in this, we get the prove that answer. Next example is, show that the volume integral of dv upon r square equal to surface integral r bar dot n cap upon r square ds bar. So by Gauss divergence method, we have the reverse formula, that is the surface integral first in sequence and then volume integral. That is by Gauss divergence theorem, the surface integral of f bar n cap ds equal to volume integral divergence of f bar into dv. So compare the LHS, that is in LHS there is a surface integral, and in example the surface integral is on RHS. So compare this surface integral with this formula, that is with this surface integral. So we get the value of f bar. First we have to find f bar and then take the divergence of f bar for finding this surface integral. So to find this volume integral equal to this surface integral, we are proving in reverse order. That is, we have proved here that this surface integral equal to this volume integral by using Gauss divergence theorem. So in Gauss divergence theorem, the left side is surface integral. So in show that term, the surface integral is given in the RHS. So compare this surface integral with this surface integral. We get n cap ds and f bar is r bar upon r square. So we take f bar equal to r bar upon r square. So to find this value of surface integral, we are using this Gauss divergence theorem. That is, to find this term means to find this volume integral over this divergence of f bar. So we get, by comparison of surface integral terms, we get f bar equal to r bar upon r square. Then take divergence of this f bar and put this value of divergence of f bar in this, we get volume integral of this term, and this is the answer of surface integral. So we get by comparison f bar equal to r bar upon r square. So take divergence of f bar. So divergence of f bar equal to del dot f bar is by comparison r bar upon r square. So del dot r bar into r raised to minus 2. So here again we have to take the dot product of del with this term, these two terms. And this is same as this example. That is, we have taken this formula. Del of a dot b is, first take del of a into second term b as it is plus first term a as it is del of b. So in this, first take del of r bar r raised to minus 2. 1 upon r square is r raised to minus 2. R raised to minus 2 second term as it is plus first term as it is r bar del of r raised to minus 2. So this is your del dot product. This dot is in vector, this dot has meaning, that is it is called dot product. So del of r bar means again there is a meaning of divergence of r bar, and divergence of r bar, this same example is in 5th chapter. So you can see how to calculate divergence of r bar and divergence of r raised to minus 2. I have taken directly the values of divergence of r bar is 3 and it is fixed. It is not changed example wise. So divergence of r bar is 3, divergence of r raised to minus 2 is minus 2 r raised to minus 4 into r bar. So both the examples we can see in 5th chapter. So del of r bar is 3, put the value of divergence of r bar is 3, then r raised to minus 2 as it is plus divergence of r raised to minus 2 is, that is minus 2 r raised to minus 4 r bar, this r bar as it is. So 3 r raised to minus 2. So plus minus minus 2 r raised to minus 4 r bar into r bar is r square. So this is again formula, that is two vectors are in product, same vectors are in product, then we can write it as r square. So r bar into r bar is r square. This is the basic rule of vectors. Same a bar into a bar, we get s square. So we get r bar into r bar is r square. So simplifying r raised to minus 4 is r raised to minus 4 into r raised to 2a. Merging these two terms, we get r raised to minus 2. Simplifying, we get r raised to minus 2, that is 1 upon r square. So divergence of f bar is 1 upon r square. So we get surface integral of f bar n cap ds, that is f bar is r bar upon r square, is equal to volume integral divergence of f bar into dv. Divergence of f bar is 1 upon r square. So put this value in the divergence theorem. In this divergence theorem formula, we get the answer of the given example. Then third is evaluate the surface integral of this function over the curved surface of cylinder y square plus z square equal to 9, bounded by x equal to 0 and x equal to 2. So here the equations of curves are given in 3D phase or in 3 axis, that is x, y, z axis. If there is a xy plane, then we can call it as a xy axis, then we can call it as a plane. Plane means surface, plate, you can imagine it as plate. Plate means plane, or it consists only 2 axes. It is called 2D dimensional phase or 2D dimensional diagram. And when there are 3 axes, x, y, z axis, it goes to 3D dimensional diagram. So here the curve is given in 3 axes, that is x, y, z axis. So the curve is given as cylinder bounded by the x equal to 0 and x equal to 2. So these are the equations. So draw the diagram first. So x, this is your x, y, z axis, and y square plus z square equal to 9. It is a cylinder, but this is the standard equation of a circle, that is the standard equation of circle is x square plus y square equal to r square with center 0, 0 and radius r. So this equation is similar to this equation. So this is the cylinder because when we see this cylinder from upper side, when this is your cylinder and this is your cylinder, you can imagine your home cylinder also. So when we see that cylinder from upward direction, we get the image of circle, hence there is a circle equation. But this is the diagram of cylinder in 3D. So when we see that cylinder from upward direction, the image is like a circle, hence there is a circle equation which is in yz plane. Y square plus z square equal to 9. This is the, you can imagine it as a cylinder which looks like circle in yz plane. So this is yz plane, and in yz plane there is a cylinder with center 0, 0 and radius r square means 9. So r is equal to 3. Square root, take square root. So r means radius is 3. So with radius 3, we have a cylinder on yz plane. Then evaluate this surface integral over this curved surface of cylinder with bounded two lines. So first write the formula. Surface integral of f bar n cap ds equal to volume integral of divergence of f bar into dv. So here again f bar dot n cap ds means this n cap ds means ds bar, f bar dot ds bar. So here we don't have given here some term into ds bar. In previous example we have given surface integral with the term, the bracketed term into ds bar, and then we can compare the LHS of divergence theorem and given example LHS, and we can get f bar directly. But in this example the f bar is not given directly in this example. In previous example there is a ds n cap ds directly n cap ds, and by comparison we get directly f bar equal to r bar upon r square. So here the n cap ds or ds bar is not given. Ds bar means n cap into ds, or this total in the n cap into ds is equal to ds bar. If we have given ds bar or n cap into ds, we can directly by comparison we get f bar directly. So here ds bar or n cap into ds is not given in this example. So how to get f bar here? So here if such bracket is given in example, so take f bar as leave these terms dy dz dz dx dx dy and take and multiply ijk to remaining terms, that is f bar equal to 2x square y I minus y square j plus 4x z square k. So let f bar is this, and ds bar is again multiply ijk to this differentials, that is I into dy dz, plus as we take minus y square to this, so we have to take plus j into dz dx plus k into dx dy. So this is your ds bar, and if such type of term is given in the example, we have to take f bar and ds bar like this. So first multiply ijk to this differentials, we get ds bar, and multiply ijk again to this xy equation, we get f bar. If we verify the f bar into ds bar, the product is how to multiply two vectors. So the multiplication of two vectors, if they are in the form of ijk, so this is the first vector ijk containing ijk, this is second vector containing ijk. So how to multiply these two vectors f bar and ds bar? That is multiply by same components, that is I into I term only exist, j into j term exist, k into k term exist. But when we multiply I into j, I dot j is always 0. The different unit vectors when we multiply together or take the dot product together, they have the value 0. Hence the only existed values are I into I term, j into j term and k into k term. So we get I into I, j into j and k into k is 1. So we get 2x square y dy dz minus y square dz dx plus 4x z square into dx dy. So this is your f bar ds bar. So whatever the given in example surface integral, inside this bracketed term is your f bar ds bar, and from this we get f bar as multiply ijk to this x. So how to find f bar by this term? If such type of term is given, then except dy dz dz dx and dx dy, that is differentials, multiply ijk to these remaining terms, we get f bar directly, and the multiply again ijk to these differentials dy dz dz dx and dx dy, we get ds bar. So here from this example we get f bar and ds bar, and the product is your this term, that is given term in the example. So this is your f bar ds bar, and from this we get f bar is this. So here to find this surface integral by using this divergence theorem, To find this surface integral, we are using this formula. This is same formula, that is surface integral over S f bar ds bar is equal to surface integral f bar dot ds bar means n cap ds. So here to find this volume integral means to find this. So in this we have to put the value of f bar. So here this is the value of f bar. Then find n cap value and then ds value. So here how to find n cap? So n cap is the unit normal vector to the cylinder y square plus z square equal to 9. So there is a fixed formula which is we have studied, or you can see in 5th chapter, that is n cap is equal to divergence of phi del phi upon modulus value of del phi. That is, this is a fixed formula, n cap is equal to del phi upon mod del phi. So here to find this surface integral means to find the surface integral of f bar n cap ds. So here by comparison from this method we have taken f bar as 2x square yi minus y square j plus 4x z square k. So this is your f bar. We got f bar here. Then how to find n cap? N cap is a unit normal vector. N cap is a unit normal vector which is perpendicular to this cylinder, and the cylinder equation is y square plus z square equal to 9. So n cap is a unit normal vector to the curve. The curve is cylinder, y square plus z square equal to 9. So using this equation we have to find n cap. The formula is n cap equal to del phi upon mod del phi. So what is the value of phi? So this equation is your phi. To find n cap from this equation, because this n cap is a unit normal vector which is perpendicular to this cylinder, hence this cylinder equation we have to take as phi. So take phi equal to y square plus z square, take 9 on LHS, y square plus z square minus 9. So we are finding n cap by using cylinder equation. So take phi is equal to y square plus z square minus 9, because n cap having formula del phi upon del modulus value of del phi. So phi is y square plus z square minus 9. Then del phi formula is phi xi plus phi yj plus phi zk. What are the values of phi x, phi y, phi z? These are the notations for partial derivative of phi with respect to x, with respect to y, and with respect to z. So by comparison, phi is equal to this. So partial derivative of phi with respect to x, there is no term x, so these are constant, so phi x is 0. Then phi y is y square derivative is 2y only, z square partial we are taken here partial derivative with respect to y. So z square 9 are constant, derivative 0, y square derivative is 2y. Then with respect to z, phi z is 2z only, because y square and 9 are constant. So z square derivative is 2z. So phi x, phi y, phi z we got here. So put these values in this, we get del phi. Then modulus value of del phi is, del phi value is this, put all the values in n cap formula, 2yj plus 2zk upon modulus value. If the vector is xi plus yj, then this is your z, consider this vector z, then modulus value of z is square root of x square plus y square. So this is your fixed formula for finding modulus value. So del phi value is 2yj plus 2zk. So what is the value of mod del phi? Square root of 2y square, that is 4y square, plus 2z square, that is 4z square. Simplifying, taking 4 common, so outside this square root we get 2, 2 get cancelled, we get yz plus zk upon y square plus z square having value, as the equation of cylinder is y square plus z square equal to 9. This is the cylinder equation. That is, it means y square plus z square having value equal to 9. So put 9 here. So root 9 is 3. So we get n cap, that is unit normal vector, as yj plus zk upon 3. Then put all values in this equation 2, that is to find, this is your f bar into ds bar. F bar into ds bar. We have verified here. F bar into ds bar is this. If f bar is this and ds bar this, then the product is this. And this f bar ds bar is your this term. So to evaluate this surface integral of this term, that is evaluate surface integral of f bar ds bar, So from divergence theorem, this is, we have to evaluate this term, means evaluate this. So surface integral of S, put values of f bar, n cap and ds here. So f bar value is this, then n cap value is this, yz plus z cap on 3, and the remaining value we have to put here, that is ds. So put f bar value, then n cap value, this n cap value, then f bar value is this, and ds as it is. So this is the your surface integral value. So if we find this surface integral value, put here answer, we get the required answer of this, and this term is your required surface integral, because f bar ds bar is this your bracket. So surface integral of this means surface integral of this term, and to find this value means to find this value. So we get this integration. So how to evaluate this double integration or this surface integral? Because the function is in xyz, the terms are xyz, and with respect to the differential is ds. So here as the with respect to integration, the variable is different and the terms are different. The terms are given in xy variable, and here in the differential form the variable is s. So we can't take the integration here, double integration here. So to evaluate this integration, we have to use the substitution method, that is put, as this cylinder equation is yz equation. So if the cylinder equation is x square plus y square equal to 9, or the circle equation is this, then there are fixed values which are in polar form, that is these are the formulae: x equal to r cos theta and y equal to r sin theta. So if the circle is in xy plane or cylinder is in xy plane, here the cylinder is in yz plane. So we have to take, instead of xy, we have to take y equal to r cos theta and z equal to r sin theta. If xy equation is there, then put x equal to r cos theta, y equal to r sin theta. Here the cylinder equation is in yz plane, so yz variables we have to take. So y equal to r cos theta, z equal to r sin theta. Here as the circle or cylinder is in yz plane, so put y equal to r cos theta and z equal to r sin theta. This formula we have to remember here. So here as this cylinder or circle, you can say the imagination is circle, but actually this is in 3D dimension, that is this is actually cylinder, but when we imagine this from the upward direction, the view from upward direction of this cylinder, is a circle. So you can say at this is a circle equation or cylinder equation. So this cylinder is in yz plane, so we have to take substitution as y equal to r cos theta and z equal to r sin theta. These are the substitutions, and these are fixed formulae for xy plane. So this is fixed in xy plane, so we have to take in yz plane. So these substitutions are this, and as this cylinder is in yz plane, there is a no change in x axis, though put x equal to x here. So put yz equal to r cos theta and r sin theta. Here radius is 3. If we compare this, x square plus y square equal to r square value is 9. So r value is 3, that is put radius is 3. So we put y equal to 3 cos theta and z equal to 3 sin theta and x equal to x. Here ds is fixed, that is r dx dy. So here we have taken these substitutions. So the variables are, if we put y value here, y cube means 27 cos cube theta, and z cube means 3 its cube, so 27 sin cube theta, then x value is x. So if we put here, so the variables are only theta and x, so hence we have to take here, or we have to replace this dy by d theta, because the y variable is vanished here by substitution. So the substitution is in theta variable and x variable. Hence, take ds equal to, we have to put ds also or convert ds also. So ds equal to r dx dy means r value is 3 dx dy or 3 dx d theta, because after putting this yz value here we get only theta and x variables, so there is no any y variable, so we have to take instead of dy d theta here. So put ds value 3 dx d theta, then y value 3 cos theta, xz value these values, we get this term. So we get minus 27 cos cube theta plus 4x into 27 sin cube theta 3 dx d theta. So solve this double integration. How to solve double integration? First we have to integrate with the limits, inner limits. That is, we have to integrate this inner integral by taking inner integral and then outer. This is your inner integration and this is outer integration. So solve this inner integration first. So what are the limits here? As we have substituted yz value and x as it is, because this yz equation is in yz plane, so there is no change in x axis. So put x equal to x here. So we get this equation. So for solving this double integration we want the limits. So what are the limits for x and theta? So x is, this is your x plane. So for x the limits are given in example. The limits are x is equal to 0 and x equal to 2. So the limits are here, the limits of x are given here. So x equal to 0 and x equal to 2, these are the limits for x. So x is the x limits are 0 to 2. So take x limits are 0 to 2. Then what are the limits of theta? Theta is the angle. So as this is in the circular form, so when we start here and by moving into this direction, from this direction in anti-clockwise direction and come to this point, we get the theta limits. That is, at this position you have started to move, so at this position theta is 0, and when we complete this circle or this circular position and come to this, the next angle is here 2 pi. So theta value, the angles are, lower limit of angle is theta 0 and the upper limit is for theta is 2 pi. That is, lower limit of theta is 0 and upper limit of theta is 2 pi. That is 0 to 2 pi. How to get, how we have found here 0 to 2 pi limits for theta? The x limits are given in example, that is 0 to 2, and theta limits when we move from circular direction to complete this cylinder, this here we have started, so here theta is 0, and when we complete this move and come to this position, we have to take the next angle, that is 2 pi. So the theta angles are 0 to 2 pi and x values are 0 to 2. So this is your double integration. So first solve inner integration. Outer limit 0 to 2 pi as it is. So this function with respect to x, we have to take the integration. So with respect to x, these are the constant. So constant integration with respect to x is k, integration with respect to x is kx. So this is your k. Also this is your k, this term. So for this term, the integration is minus 27 cos cube theta as it is into dx integration is x. Dx integration is x from 0 to 2. Then 27 into 4, 108. 4 into 27 and cos sin cube theta is constant. So it is in multiplicative form. So this constant, while taking integration, the constant, keep this constant as it is. So 108, 4 into 27 into sin cube theta as it is, and take the integration of x only. So x integration is x square by 2. X square by 2 from 0 to 2. Put the limits here, we get the remaining integration, that is outer integration, after putting upper limit minus lower limit. So here, what is the integration of cos cube and sin cube? We have to evaluate this integration. So there is no any direct formula for cos cube theta and sin cube theta. So use triple angle formula. Sin 3 theta is equal to 3 sin theta minus 4 sin cube theta. Cos 3 theta equal to 4 cos cube theta minus 3 cos theta. So from this, first find sin cube theta and cos cube theta and put here values. So cos cube theta is from this cos cube theta from this formula 3 cos theta plus cos 3 theta upon 4, and sin cube theta from first formula is 3 sin theta minus 4 sin theta upon 4. So first find sin cube theta and cos cube theta from this formula and put these values in this integration. And then take the integration. Cos theta integration is sin theta. Cos 3 theta integration is sin theta upon 3 theta, derivative is 3. Sin theta integration is minus cos theta. Sin 3 theta integration is minus sin 3 theta integration is cos 3 theta upon 3 theta, derivative is 3 from 0 to 2 pi. Putting limits, the sin terms for both the angles is 0. Putting limits, we get sin 2 pi is 0, sin 6 pi is 0. So first term is 0 for both the limits. Sin terms are 0 for 2 pi and 0. Then in second term, cos terms exist. So minus 54 by 4, this term is 0, plus 216 by 4 in bracket. Cos 2 pi value is 1 from that circle which we have studied in Fourier series. So cos 6 pi is again 1 by 3. Cos 0 for lower limit, minus plus 3 into cos 0 is 1 and cos 0 is again 1. So it get cancelled and we get 0 here. So here we get this answer is 0. How we get the answer? So first, by divergence theorem, the double integration is equal to volume integral, but it is enough to prove that it is enough to take the formula as the surface integral of f bar ds bar is equal to surface integral of f bar n cap ds. So to find this integral, which is this integral, because f bar ds bar is your this whole term. If we take f bar equal to this and from this term ds bar equal to this, and by product we get this term which is in this bracket. So this bracket is your f bar ds bar. So this is your f bar ds bar, and we have to evaluate double integration or surface integral over f bar ds bar. So surface integral over f bar ds bar is equal to surface integral over f bar n cap ds. So to find this is your required evaluated term. So this we have to find, this term we have to find. So to find this, we can find this term. So for this we want f bar, n cap and ds value. So f bar value we get here by comparison. Then n cap value we are finding from unit, as this n cap is a unit normal vector to the which is perpendicular to this cylinder, y square plus z square equal to 9. So using this equation we find n cap, and the formula for n cap is del phi upon mod del phi. For that phi, we take phi is equal to cylinder equation and solve this, or finding this value we get n cap. Then f bar we get, then n cap we get. What is the value of ds? As ds as it is, to find this integration, as the integration is with respect to s and the terms are again different which are in xy variables. So to evaluate this double integration, we are using substitution method. So put y equal to r cos theta and z equal to r sin theta, because these are the fixed formulae for xy plane. If the xy equation is there, then put x equal to r cos theta and y equal to r sin theta. Here yz plane is there, or yz equation is there. Hence we take we are taken y equal to r cos theta and z equal to r sin theta. This cylinder is in yz plane, so there is no change in x-axis. So put x equal to x here. Then ds value is this fixed r dx dy. As by putting these values, we get theta and x variable. Hence we replace 3. R value is 3 because right side is 9. Means if we compare this, x square plus y square equal to r square, the right side term is of radius term. So r square equal to 9, we get r equal to 3. So put r equal to 3 here and use this substitution, we get x and theta variable. So there is no any y variable, so replace dy by d theta here. So put all these values ds, y, z and x here and solve this double integration. We get the answer 0. The remaining step is how to find limits. So as there are the terms dx d theta, so we have to take x values as limits and theta values at the limits. So here dx is there, so we have to take x limits, and d theta is there, so we have to take values for theta, that is theta limits. So theta means angle. When we to cover this cylinder, we start here theta is 0, and to cover this cylinder we move from this in anticlockwise direction and come to this point. The next angle is your 2 pi, so the theta is 0 to 2 pi here. So theta limits are 0 to 2 pi and x limits are given here 0 and 2, that is 0 to 2. So solve this double integration, we get the answer.